Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So what do you do? Social media?
Yeah. What about you?
Let me guess. OnlyFans?
I just sent it and be like, what is it?
Yeah, okay.
No. Okay, listen.
Our generation's sad, man. It really is. There's women out here all over social media promoting their OnlyFans. Men out here falling in the trap. Men out here buying this stuff, watching nonstop 3-4 times a day. It ain't good for you, man. It's not good for you. And I'm gonna be firsthand. I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's hard. It's hard dealing with lust as a man. It's hard. It's genuinely it's difficult. If anyone telling you differently, they're lying to you. It's hard, but you gotta stay away from it. Pray about it. I'm telling you, Jesus is the only one who can really help. I come from that firsthand, right? You gotta learn how to walk away from all of that. Walk away from the world. Walk away from the women watching online, the social media influencers online that you're watching. Walk away from it. Stay away from the OnlyFans. Stay away from women who create this kind of content. It's nothing but opening the door to the enemy, man. Stay away from it. Jim, ground in God. Stay focused on the Lord. Stay focused on your purpose, on your mission, on bettering yourself as a man. That's it.
There's nothing to listen to. You're no longer a prospect. You're of no importance to me anymore. I'm not listening to anything that you have to say. Nice knowing.
I see these celebrities say things like, yeah, I'm with him now, but who knows, in 5-10 years, I could be with someone else. I could be living my best single life. I could be married to a woman. I'm just like, have you no shame? Your children will grow up and see this. By the way, flip the script. Had he been on a show saying, yeah, I'm with her now, but who knows, in 10 years, I could be with someone 20 years younger, they would have come for the jugular. But it's this insane, in this fight for freedom for women, they've become so shameless and so I don't like watching it. Something about it rubs my soul the wrong way, where I'm like, God did not intend this for us, therefore I reject it.
Where's the menu? See, why do they call it menu and not women?
Because this one, when you talk to it and read it, it doesn't argue back. Imagine you read it, it's like, yeah, I would like the bologna. No, you don't. You want the cheese.
Okay, at least she seems really sweet though. And that matters almost more in a girl than in her looks entirely. At least she seems kind and she seems genuine and she seems like a sweet girl. And I feel like if you have that combined with her looks, that matters way more than her being the most attractive, best looking girl in the world. Guys, let me know if you agree.
Nothing irked me more than small talk. Like, the fuck do you want? You ain't talking about shit. And you wonder why I don't respond or reply, because you're not talking my language, Bookie butt. Get the fuck off my phone with that dumb shit, please and thanks. And stop fucking FaceTiming me unannounced. I hate that shit. Now, what I do like unannounced is money sent to my motherfucking phone. I know that, okay? You can send that anytime, sweetheart.
Fellas, I know seeing that made you upset, but hear me out. You know who she's not gonna act like that with? Like she like. And men, don't get mad at simps for simping. That's part of the game. They're going to be around whether you like it or not. Just make sure you come across a woman like this, and she don't like you, walk the fuck away. Because any woman telling you, get off my line, and you ain't talking my language, and send money distance, she doesn't like you. Cut your losses, my boy.
Every successful man is successful to the extent that he has been able to cultivate abundance in his life. An abundance of friends, an abundance of money, an abundance of opportunity. Women are no different. Considering a man without options to be successful with women is kind of like considering a man without discretionary income to be successful with money. Now, it's hard, if not impossible, to fake the confidence and security that come with abundance. But once you succeed in securing it, it's a complete game changer with respect to your relationships. As Teddy Roosevelt advised, you will now be able to speak softly and carry a big stick. No need to rub it in a woman's face. That's just ungentlemanly. If you have real abundance, she's gonna know. Like, do you think Leonardo DiCaprio has to remind the women he's dating that there are actually plenty of other women who would be happy to be in her position. She is well aware of that fact, and that awareness motivates her to show up to the relationship as the best possible version of herself.
Something interesting that he said here, you can fake it, but that's what a lot of modern women are running into. They're faking their abundance. They're faking their wealth. And, oh, I put this dress on. He really likes it. You're getting his attention, but he's going to know based on how you talk, based on how you move. I know where you come from. Kind of like the clip that we first saw where the man said, so what do you do? Oh, I do social media. OnlyFans. Well, listen, yeah, I know where you come from. I know what you're up to.
You can't take a woman after certain guys because you don't want to have to deal with that person. For you to take her on, you're taking on her, him, his crew, all of that. And I don't think women think about that, like who they get pregnant by. Like that is a deal breaker for especially elite guys or any guy that is of any type of value. That's a definite deal breaker.
100% correct. I just don't.
While I was pregnant, I broke up with him. So when I had her, I actually didn't call him to come be a part of the birth. And I think he was a little begrudged, but that's neither here nor there. That was for me. I wanted to have that moment be sacred and special. I wanted to be able to be focused, you know, and just be supported by my mom, my sisters, my aunts, my grandmother. I definitely wasn't myself for a long time.
Here's my issue with this whole thing. A lot of women think that the baby is theirs. Yeah, you carried the baby for 9 months. Yeah, you went through labor and delivery. That's no small thing. But that child is as equally yours as it is the father's. And for you to deny the father the opportunity to see his child being born, that's one of the most selfish things you can do as a woman, as a mother. A lot of women are very selfish and self-centered. They always say, my child, my baby. And y'all think that the father doesn't have any rights to the baby just because you carried the baby for 9 months. You wouldn't have had that baby had it not been for him inserting that sperm into and fertilizing them eggs. Once you have a child, it's no longer about you. It's no longer about how you feel. It's what's the best interest for the child. If that father is not physically abusive, verbally abusive, or none of that, then there's no reason for you to be stripping him of the opportunity to see his child being born. But then turn around and want to put the man on child support.
She's trying to explain to me why she thinks women are smarter than guys.
Women are smarter than men. And we live so much longer too just because we're not stupid. Like, for example, the submarine. There was no women on the submarine.
Well, there's nothing to clean at 13,000 feet at the bottom of the ocean.
Thank you, ma'am. You got my card, right?
Yes, ma'am. The total is $15.55.
Okay, you can run that card, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am, your card declined.
It's declined?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, give me that card, ma'am. Tip, give me that money you got.
Mom, we don't have no money.
Yes, the money I told you to get off the dresser, Tiffany.
Mama, you said we ain't got no money. We'll get it for free.
We can't get this for free, Till.
No, ma'am, you sure can't. You're going to have to give me the food back.
I'm going to have to turn it back in. We just start eating it.
That's okay, but you can, without the money, I can't let you have the food.
Ma'am, let me get one more bite.
I feel like I've seen her do this before with pizza, so I'm thinking that maybe it's a prank. I'm hoping that it's a prank. I think she was at a gas station before and she was trying to pay for, quote unquote, pay for her stuff. And she started eating the pizza right there. And the card, of course, declined. And after she was done eating the pizza or half of the pizza, she just threw it right there on the counter and just, kind of rushed out of there.
Who do you love more, your mommy or your daddy?
Mommy. Only women, children, and are loved unconditionally. Man, there's only love under the condition that he provides.
Whew. That's a heavy reel for any man to watch, but it's true. Men are here to provide safety, security, to be provisionary for the family. And if we don't do that, we will lose that love, that respect, that admiration. It's your responsibility.
You gotta be mean to these men. You gotta be strict. Don't give him what he wants. Tell him no. Men hate to hear no. It only make them work even harder. They love a challenge. If it's too easy, he gonna take advantage of it. He's not gonna appreciate it. Be mean and make them work.
You know who she not gonna do that to? A nigga she like. But anyway, it's very cold outside today. I'll definitely need to have a jacket on. It's a little nippy.
So I recently made a video about a plus-size woman who was crying in Target because none of the clothes ended up fitting her.
I want to be able to wear what other people wear.
And the internet completely lost its mind. I mean, you can only imagine what some of these people were calling me.
As a man, it is not something that you are allowed to comment on.
Just stop body shaming and just mind your own business. And then should really just shut the fuck up.
Get off your fucking high horse and act like a fucking human being.
The only opinion that actually matters here would have been from the woman in the video if she responded. Oh wait, she did. This is what she had to say.
Hi Noah, this is Danielle. This is the girl who was crying in Target. I did like your video. I've actually followed you for a while on my other TikTok account. I did not want my video to come off that way. I didn't post it for that reason, to say poor me, whatever. I was just in a really vulnerable state. My whole post within Target was just to be like, hey, you already make a plus size section. Why can't you just extend the size instead of making completely different ugly clothes? I'm on a journey to completely revamp my life. I'm personally not happy at the size I am, and I want to be able to fit in regular clothes. I enjoyed the video. Thanks for stitching it. Hopefully we can talk one day.
And that right there is exactly why I do what I do. Not to shame people, but to snap people out of the life that they've been living. Because the truth is, most people aren't unable to change. They're surrounded by voices telling them that they don't have to. She heard my hard truth. And instead of getting offended over a video that was literally about her, she got more fired up. She chose her future over how she's feeling now. This is why tough love matters. This is why these conversations matter. This is why I refuse to water down the truth to protect people's feelings. Your feelings don't save lives. Actions do. So to this woman, congratulations. You are doing what millions of people are terrified to do. You're ending the story that you no longer want to live in.
Alrighty, thanks guys for telling me that my audio somehow got silenced. I'm not sure what happened, but we're gonna do this again. Now, that girl that you saw posted this video got arrested after the fact when she did that. She did get caught and she got arrested. Now, the problem that I see here is that I don't know how women like that would find this being acceptable behavior. But to me, I see this as, these girls that behave like this out in public are the new guys with the trench coats. These women behave this way. It definitely screams daddy issues. And I don't know what consequences are. Because I'm pretty sure that if a man were to do this, dude would get fucked up in the crowd, by the crowd, and the police. But a woman does that. They waited until she left and then got arrested. This to me is so disgusting, very predatory, and she needs to be on the sex offender list. And you notice how she just sat there and was just hoping that people were watching. The only people that were watching were the three women that were right there in front of her. They didn't really see that one coming once they did a quick turnaround, because that's just me. I'm the kind of person, I turn around because I'm very observant. I like to see what's going on just in case, and it's for safety purposes. But nobody else gave two fucks about this girl flashing in the crowd. But for me, if I were to catch that, trust me, she wouldn't be the only person arrested. I would be too, for simply fucking her ass up, because knowing that a place like that usually involves families, not just couples, not just adults, and not just individuals. Sometimes people bring their families out there, and you're doing some nasty shit like that in public. Like, our generation, my generation, along with the Gen Xers, I'm sorry to say this, but collectively we failed. We failed so badly because it's like, why are we allowing this type of degeneracy to be put out there like this and to expose this to the public and to children, especially when there's children present? And we really need to get it together with teaching our daughters not to behave like this. Stop supporting this. I've heard way too many grown-ass women sit there and say, I'll support my daughter if she decided to just do OnlyFans and strip and be a... Like, it's... And this is the end result. This is what they end up doing. They end up doing dumb shit. They don't think about the consequences. They go to jail and they end up being registered as sex offenders. Fuck, man, we need to do better.
And the young women down below her were like, what in the heck is she doing? And Latrice has a definite point. I bring my kids here, trying to have a good time, and this is what y'all do. Acting crazy. I mean, what do you expect? It's LSU. I mean, those folks in Louisiana aren't ruly, so you can't really expect too much from them. The Saints fans, anybody from, well, anybody in Louisiana, period. You can't really expect. I'm messing around. But in all seriousness, this is our young ladies. They keep on talking about how men have lost their way. This is what they want you to wife. This is what they want you to subscribe to. Why?
A lot of women overestimate their ability to communicate. I'm going to tell you what I mean. A lot of women express themselves very well. Express themselves. They can sit there and run down to you everything that they feeling, everything that they don't like about what you're doing, everything that makes them feel away or makes them feel uncomfortable. But when it's time to receive the information, that's when the communication
one ear, not the other.
Shaky. You see what I'm saying? So again, as men, we know that walking in, and because we don't feel like arguing with y'all, because we don't want to see y'all cry, we don't want to see y'all do everything that y'all gonna do when we run down what it is that your is not doing right, most men just shy away from the conversation. So I think that if women would live up to the communication standard that they set, then that would open the door for men to be way more communicative. But until then, you're gonna get men who shut down and keep things in, unfortunately.
Fucking stupid. I'm fucking done playing stupid for you. I'm not fucking stupid. You are. You fucking. What the fuck was that?
Did it work? It worked, kind of. Oh my god, you're quiet. Oh my god.
You're not gonna fucking spray me like a fucking dog. But then.
How many times did I tell you to pick up your dirty clothes from the floor? And then how many times did I just tell you?
Hey! 10-piece combo. Half lemon pepper, half buffalo, extra ranch, half fries, half tater tots, with a side of mac and cheese.
Is that for me?
Yeah. Hey! You still mad at me?
No.
Now say you love me.
I love you.
Ah, here you go.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Look, you were downstairs and you didn't think to do the bunch of laundry.
I made you a breakfast sandwich. You seemed a bit hungry.
I was.
I also got you favorite chips.
For breakfast? Yeah. Thank you.
Are you feeling a little bit better now?
Yeah, I think I was just hungry. I did laundry.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, babe, I see a sushi spot around the corner. You know, a little California roll, a little spicy mayo on the side. Don't forget your avocado roll. Okay, so you wasn't angry, you was hangry.
Yes, come on.
So one of the first questions that someone asked was why rappers, athletes, and celebrities recycle the same women. And I do see that a lot. I notice like the same women are the same women that be getting dated all the time. And it's like, I wonder why.
I'll tell you this. I think they recycle the same women because they are all like in the same circles. Because like think about this. Most rappers, athletes, and celebs try to date like the most beautiful women.
Right.
Who are always in the same spots that they are in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then like you see an athlete or a celebrity or a rapper, he walk into the club, she gonna be positioning herself to be right there. Oh, okay. He be right there, her and her girls. And then if you notice that the beautiful girls, they always become friends with other beautiful girls. So they be call themselves, let me get me a crew. So then if they got a crew, like 2 or 3 girls, let's say a celebrity walk into the club, he see them, like, hey, y'all come with me. Come sit in my section. They always positioning themselves, and then they be like, you know, what's up? And then, it's like every city is like that. The girls, and then most of the time, these girls that be with the other beautiful girls, they friends, but they really become friends with them just for that reason.
Yeah.
They be like, I'm gonna get me a bad crew, so we can get at these tables, girl. We gonna go to LA, Vegas, New York, and I'm gonna snatch me up one of these ballers because we gonna get in, and and it's over there. It's never ending. They in every city, and then sometimes these cats don't even know this is what's his name X or this is that, but then when they find out, it's like I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I cannot deal with no man who got no strict ass program. You mean to tell me I messed up one time and then you ready to just throw me to the wolves? I don't get no chances. I just got hired.
I gave you a chance when I said hello. I gave you a chance when I took you out, when I showed you that I was willing to protect and provide at a high level and I was able to do those things. I gave you a chance when I took you serious and took my time, my energy, and my effort and put it into you. You made the decision to fuck it up. You made the decision. Because see, what you got to understand is it's easier for a man to find a new woman than to fix a broken one. So before I have to go and teach class on how to be a virtuous woman, a wife, and a lady, I'd rather just go find that. They're literally everywhere. Beauty is literally everywhere. We can literally manufacture it. I can send a chick to Miami with $25,000 and she's a 4 and she's going to come back to me at least an adjustable 7. So I'll just go find another. Men, we only hire. Women fire themselves. I gave you your chance. You blew it. So now when you realize that outside isn't as warm and fuzzy and cuddly as you thought it was, and all that's out there is inconsistent dick and people that want to wham bam thank you ma'am, don't think that you're gonna come back over here and get a second shot.
Trash. What makes a man trash?
What makes a man trash? The fact that they sleep with multiple women at the same time.
No, that don't make a man trash. Hold on, slow down. Carmen. Slow down. You're going too fast. And what you're saying is not adding up. If he was trash, they wouldn't sleep with him.
True.
So you don't use that that's not the qualifier for trash. If Trey got 20 women that want to sleep with him, he must be a valuable man. If Stacey Prince got 50 women that want to sleep with him, he must be a valuable man. If Kasim got 100 women that are busting it wide open, he must be a valuable man.
And that's the double truth. Ruth.
Start this back over, right? Because most men can't get access to y'all. What qualifies as a man as trash?
If you can't provide for somebody. Can't provide for somebody. You can't, no, there's a lot of men out here that they're real feminine energy.
Damn.
You said a man is trash because he can't provide, and I asked you, is a woman trash for not being able to cook? You said no. Isn't that a woman's core responsibility to her family is to cook?
It is. That's what. So
how are you not trash if you don't know how to cook for your family?
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
See, this is the thing. We okay with saying what a trash man is, right? Outside of the man that come up to your house or come up in your neighborhood and take the trash out, right? That's a trash man, right? That's the real trash man. And he not even respected and he come and take the trash out, right? But we don't want to commit to what a trash woman is. That's the problem with society. If we can point our fingers to a trash woman, if we can get sisters to go, man, you trash. You should have cooperated with that brother. You should have loved that brother. You should have supported that brother. We could get mothers. Hey, man, that's a trash mother. To commit to trash people, we'll do better as a society. So I'm going to ask you again, if my job is to provide for a woman and take care of her, and I can't do that, and you're going to commit to me and me being trash, is a woman trash if she doesn't cook or know how to cook for her family?
Yes.
I don't understand why you wouldn't want a woman like me. I am successful. I'm rich. I can fight. I'm sick of men telling me, oh, well, you caught up. Yes, I am. What you bringing to the table? I am the table.
Lord have mercy. I might just stay single. I don't know if I'm gonna get married. I'm happy being alone. I think I'm done. I can't see me. I ain't putting up with all this.
And what I find is that feminine energy is defined by the woman, whatever she feels like is feminine in the moment and masculine in the moment. That's what it is. They're always moving the goalposts. Their standards are always changing. So a man could actually be masculine. And the fact that she's doing all that nonsense, yipping and yapping, and a man says, "Shut up talking to me." Ooh, that was sassy. A man moves out, he blocks you. That was sassy. That's feminine. That's what a woman would do. That's what a female would do. Whenever they decide a man, and whenever a man's not acting like they want a man to act, then he's sassy.
Imagine going out to eat with your friends. You're having the time of your life. So much fun. You go to the bathroom, you come back, everything's cool or whatever. When it's time for checks, your check says, watch the company you keep. You deserve better. You don't mention it to anyone. Then as you leave, the waiter walks up to you, whispers to you, they were talking about you really bad when you were in the bathroom. Would you say something right then and there? Or would you let it go? Or would you bring it up another time? 6 of y'all. It was 6 of y'all.
Your partner is not responsible for your triggers. You need therapy. And until you get the help you need, every relationship you get in is going to fail for the same exact reasons. Stop blaming your partner for wounds they did not create. They're not responsible for your childhood trauma. They're not responsible for what your ex did. They're not responsible for the abandonment, the cheating, the lies, the rejection, the stuff you never healed from. That's your work. Some of y'all think you need a new relationship. No, you need a therapist. You need accountability. You need healing, because right now you're not dating people. You're dating with your unhealed triggers leading the relationship. And then you act shocked when your connections keep collapsing the same way every time. No, it's not bad luck. It's not everybody hurts you. It's you refusing to face what's broken inside of you. A partner can support you, but they can't fix you. It's not their job to constantly walk on eggshells because you refuse to deal with your past. Healthy relationships require healed people, or at least people actively working towards their healing. You want better love? Fix the parts of you that sabotage you, because until you do the work, the cycle will keep repeating no matter who you date.
Can you predict someone's divorce by their wedding?
I have found that the bigger the ring, the bigger the divorce, and the bigger the wedding spectacle, the more likely the divorce, in my experience. If you break down like the role of a bride in a traditional wedding, it's an unbelievably narcissistic pursuit for a woman. We're going to do an engagement, which is you're going to give me a stone of tremendous value that I'm going to wear as a public display of the fact that I am now engaged in this commitment. And then I'm going to put that on social media. And then we're going to have an engagement party. So that's party 1. And then I'm going to have a bachelorette party number 2. Then we're going to have a rehearsal dinner, party number 3. Then we're going to have the wedding, party number 4. And then we're going to have a honeymoon. If this is really important to you, you're telling me a lot about yourself. You're telling me how important being the center of attention is to you. I think if the first time you get everybody you love in the same room as your funeral, you're an idiot. Like, I think you should celebrate. We've turned it into just a spectacle. I mean, the wedding industrial complex, man, $1 trillion industry. And again, catastrophically fails more than 50% of the time.
Send her to hell because she has 3 kids and she doesn't deserve to be loved by somebody? It may not be my son, but because she made a mistake?
So you can make one mistake and have 3 children by 3 different men. Is that what you're telling me? Can you make one mistake and end up with 3 children by 3 different men? I told you, your whole conversation is usually disingenuous. You're a feminist, and I think you should start owning up to it, to be honest.
Just saying, so a woman makes mistakes, so she has to.
So she has to pay for those mistakes. Mona, let me ask you something. A woman who has 3 children by 3 different men, why did you take it up on yourself to call it so she makes one mistake? Why did you say that? Does 3 children by 3 different men sound like one mistake, Mona?
You know what? We as women, so we make 3 mistakes. We just love harder than men.
You will never love harder than men.
We are not pieces of shit. Men are pieces of shit.
Okay, so if what you're saying is true, I'm gonna pin your back against the wall. True or false? Men start investing on women financially the first day we meet them.
True.
True or false? Men care absolutely nothing about how much money a woman makes.
True.
Since the beginning of time, has it been a known fact that men will take poor women out of diners when the men are millionaires? Kings driving down dirt roads and they look off to the side and see a woman walking barefooted, and next month her name is Queen so-and-so. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Men taking care of other men's children. True or false?
Yes.
So now we're going to flip over to a different side. Out of men and women, who is it that says, I won't date a person unless they make a certain amount of money a year?
Both.
Mona, you just said men don't care how much money a woman makes.
Oh, they care.
Do you mind if I ask you what's wrong with you?
Do you ask? Can I ask you what my diagnosis is?
I think you have a great deal of delusion going on. Not only do you have delusion going on, you're misguided. You don't have your own information, and you learn a lot of things from TikTok. And not only that, you're deceitful, you're disingenuous, and you're a manipulator. Anytime you see that something may go in your favor, you tell lies. Since men do care about how much money women make, give me recorded times in history where you can prove it.
I don't have that.
Let me ask you this. Listen, let me ask you this, Mona. If a man wants to marry a woman, will he refuse to marry her because of her financial status?
I say yes, because someone you're always.
Mona, we married you before you even got the rights to work. Mona, we were married at our highest rates before you even got the rights to vote or work.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's throwing me off. What you're saying now. I don't understand the question.
Turbulence, people.
Accountability is a kryptonite for these modern women. There's always the comment, 100 women versus accountability. 1 million women would be more accurate. At this point, we make mistakes. Is that a mistake? You have 3 kids by 3 different men. One would say that would be a pattern. They would say that would be a pattern.
Obsidian said last week when I asked him about the gender war, he said women have been talking our lives and our father's lives and our grandfather's lives. It wasn't considered a gender war until men started talking.
Exactly.
And to know how feminized the culture and society is and how everybody's been brainwashed by this, ladies don't view men talking inherently as the problem. They view men talking in a way that doesn't agree with women. Doesn't talk only favorably and only highlight women's positive behaviors.
Exactly.
They're fine with that. That's why the panderers are taking all their money. That's why the black men and the men, that's why all the men that's on these microphones that are just telling women, girl, he don't deserve you. And if he won't do it, another man will. And you're reinforcing an ideology that there's nothing for her to change. The problem is the man. This is why so many of them think whenever a relationship ends, he's the narcissist.
Yes.
It's because they've been conditioned to. This is why so many of them don't apologize. Guys, if y'all see what we're talking about, it's rampant. The lack of accountability, the lack of apologies, everybody in my past is a narcissist. I felt threatened just because he disagreed with you. Men, they'll in the same sentence tell you about what a real man is and what men should do and what men's responsibilities are, and then also tell you stay out of women's business and don't talk about women. In their mind, it's not a double standard. The standard is we have one standard for women and we have a totally different standard for men, and it is a cohesive. It falls within the feminist gynocentric model. When you guys understand that, it's not just about a lot of them are willfully just doing this. They have been trained since young girls to think and see the world through this lens. And how do we know that the culture has been feminized? Because when you go to other countries that are not westernized and have not been overly feminized, it is the exact opposite.
Yes.
It's the exact opposite. And it's like they'll simultaneously tell you why they'll reject a man. He's not tall enough. Like you said, he doesn't make 6 figures or more. He doesn't have a beard. He's not funny. He doesn't have this. He doesn't have that. And they'll have all these reasons for why they can disqualify you. But if they find out that you're dating outside of your race, culture, or outside of the country, they have an issue with that. And now they have to pathologize and say that you're evil and trying to take advantage of these women. It's because literally in their mind, there's a standard for women and there's a standard for men. And feminism and this whole gynocentric model was never about equality.
No.
It was always about female power and influence and the ability to shape culture to be at the benefit of and the advantage of women. And only the women that agree with them.
Exactly.
Not the women who don't.
You rather deal with a married man that never tells you no, or your own man that tells you no 45% of the time?
No, I'm dealing with the married man. Nah, I take the married dude. I'm sorry. I'm fucking with the married man. Married. I'm sorry. Tell me yes. Everything.
Oh, the married? Yeah, give me him.
I would deal with my man that tell me no because I'm going to beat him the fuck up.
I'm taking the married guy because why am I with you? You keep saying no for.
I think I'm going to go with the married guy.
I don't like the word no, so. A married man. Married man.
The married man.
A married man. You're my little secret.
My own guy that tell me no 45% of the time.
A married man.
Do a married man because 9 times out of 10 we sharing these anyway. I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to take the married man. Like,
why?
I need to be told no sometimes. You can't always get what you want.
This is how deep in a sunken place the modern feminist woman's mind is. I think I just be making stuff up when I say most modern women today, they want a yes man. They don't want a real man. They don't want a man that's gonna challenge them. They just want somebody they can control and get their way 24/7. Out of all them women, it was only one with some kind of common sense. Modern women today, they don't want a man who challenges them. They want a man who obeys them. A man they can talk to like he's a child, boss around, get whatever they want, have their way 24/7. Modern women will scream, I want a real man, until a real man shows up, and then they crumble and crack under their pressure because they're not used to hearing no. They don't want nobody to tell them no. They always want to be right. They always want to have their way. And in no successful relationship does that ever happen.
Can you guys explain to us your costumes?
I'm a teacher.
A teacher?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Would you fire me?
100%. I wouldn't want any teacher in my school dressing like a whore.
I'm dressed like a whore.
I would say you're dressed a little scandalous.
Yeah. That's the.
I think culturally.
Going too hard for the clip right now. You gotta chill.
No, it's not a clip. It's genuinely what I believe. Women use Halloween as an example to dress however they want, and I think it's really messing up our culture.
Okay. It's Halloween though. Like, it's not that serious.
Yeah, see, and that type of mentality is what's actually effing up our youth. If it's Halloween, it's not that serious. You can use that logic with anything that's bad. So yeah, I'll probably fire you.
Yo, you're entitled to your opinions, but like youth, what do you mean? Like under 18?
No, just all young, like men and young women. I've never seen a teacher dress like this, so I was just confused.
I'm a hot teacher.
A hot teacher?
Yeah.
I beg to differ, but I don't know. Maybe the comments will say different.
Hey, now that's the clip part. I see it.
What?
That's the clip.
There's no clip.
That's where you're going for the clip.
No clip.
Yo, you're gonna get like 500 views and 40 likes. Chill.
I was in Texas recently. They had banned. The women were upset. Then a few weeks later, there was a school, and the women were upset again. And I was like, "Well, are we killing kids or not, bitch? Pick a way."
Imagine going out to eat with your friends. You're having the time of your life. So much fun. You go to the bathroom. You come back. Everything's cool or whatever. When it's time for checks, your check says, "Watch the company you keep. You deserve better." You don't mention it to anyone. Then as you leave, the waiter walks up to you, whispers to you, "They were talking about you really bad when you were in the bathroom." Would you say something right then and there? Or would you let it go? Or would you bring it up another time? 6 of y'all. It was 6 of y'all.
I probably wouldn't bring it up at all. I would allow life to naturally let it go. Unless it's something that needs to be talked about. Say, for instance, there was a situation where just business between me and another person wasn't being handled correctly. Talking a lot of trash, which I understand their complaints, but don't come to me doing all of that, right? Especially if that's my friend on the other end. I can see if you have complaints, but you going crazy. Chill out. You know them, I know them. You need to be asking them questions as to why they acting like that. But, after them continuing to go off on that person and then bringing somebody else in to go off on that person, and no, you got to believe us, basically trying to get me to see what they saying and turn on that person, I'm not going to do it. Hey, that's not how I get down. Now I'm gonna go to that person and say, hey man, you all right? Yeah, I'm all right. Why? I was just checking on you and making sure everything's going all right. Man, I heard some stuff about you, X, Y, and Z. And then, you know, I just didn't know. Who said that? Don't worry about that. Are you all right? And that's usually how that go, right? And if I need to say it, I'll say it. Right? I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be, oh well, I don't care, because I'm not gonna be having any confusion and chaos coming around me. That's how people start swinging on each other, and that's how I get caught in the middle of it. And now I'm in the ER instead of being at the house asleep in my own bed. That's not the life that I want to live, right? So if somebody send you the message, hey, watch the company that you keep, I'm gonna start being real selective. I'm gonna start looking and observing a little bit closer, because before I might not have been, by some stretch of the imagination. But now I say, oh, let me pay attention and start asking questions and then listening to responses. But if they acting crazy, I'm actively trying to get up out of there.
This is quite frankly the worst way you could ever start your morning. Why are we pretending that this is normal and cute and aesthetic? This is not. This person is sick and unhealthy. They are 600 plus pounds starting their morning with coffee and high fructose corn syrup sugar. Just because she has some music behind it does not mean you should be following it. In fact, you should be following the exact opposite.
Are you finding that men want to have children as much as they did in the past?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think the rates are going down.
So that's why I'm asking, because I'm wondering if men are wanting to have kids less, and I know women, I know in general people are having kids later and less, then why is that a factor still so much?
It's a great question. Well, I don't think it necessarily needs to be, but why would a woman want to get married? So in my opinion, the only reasonable reason to get married is to start a family. Otherwise, you can just be two adults who enjoy spending time with each other. Like, why do you have to get the government involved? Why do you have to make a contract? It's kind of weird because we talk about it being like love, but like, I'm sure you love your friends, but you never sat them down and made them sign a document that promised that they would never stop being your friend. And if they did, you would be entitled to all kinds of compensation as a consequence of that. I mean, like, a friend who gave you that agreement would look at you like you're nuts and be like, this is not a friend. Dude, we're just homies. Like, why do we need a contract?
You misinterpret how much I like you.
I think men are becoming risk averse. I think a lot of men would like it. They don't mind it. It's just, I need to make sure that you're stable as the woman that's going to be in my life. A lot of these modern women aren't stable. So I'm not really interested in having kids, or really honestly a relationship with you, because I don't know if I can count on you.
When you on your purpose, a message like this just hits different.
You know you're growing as a man when you realize girls don't excite you no more. And not in a way to where it's like you're not attracted to them, but to the point where it's like you're lusting, or you're just looking at their body, or you're thinking of the next body you're getting. Like, once you are not interested in that anymore, you realize you've grown. Like, I'll hear certain conversation like, damn, my hunch fat, or damn, like, I'm trying to get in now, or I'm trying to kill that. It's like, nah, bro. It's like, I'm so past that now. And it's crazy because I used to be that person to really be interested in that, to really be like, you know, interested in just cracking all the Jones I can and just filling that void that was never going to get filled. And now I'm just at a point where it's like, I don't really care. If it's not something I'm actually building, like, what are we talking about? Like, I could be making money right now. I could be having ideas. I could be working right now. Like, that's where my brain is currently. I'm trying to build an empire. Like, certain things just don't
big facts
get me going anymore, and that's just one of them.
Yo, this is big facts. Like, as someone that's on his purpose, on his journey, I'm trying to build that empire, and I'm literally working like 10-hour days, 7 days straight. And this is just me personally, but when it comes to women, especially the state of dating and all that, you don't even think about shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the chance of you finding someone that's dope, they're out there, but it's just not worth your time. You're better off just building what you got to build and getting yourself right, getting your family right, doing what you got to do. Once your empire is built, we already know how this thing go. You know what I'm saying? Most shorties wait at the finish line. So for you, once your empire is built and you're established and where you want to be, you have your pick of the litter as a man. You get to pick who you want. All the options will be up to you. And then you can run game because you can provide a lifestyle that a lot of people can't provide once you got your empire. Exactly like he said too, it doesn't even excite me no more, like, or anything. Like, when you want your purpose, you're not excited by the chase. There's no chase. There was always pursuit. But nowadays, dating is at its worst. And it's not worth it. It's all about, if I'm not getting money, or if it's not helping me build or doing what I gotta do, I don't even want it. You know, the same could be said about your circle that maybe you had, of friends that just are doing shit that you don't want to do no more. Like, if it ain't making me bread or serving me the right way, that shit gotta go.
Okay, so she's practicing open body language at the bar. She's just spreading her legs all over the place, you see? So what, honey, let me ask you a question. You put this video out there, attractive girl, you put a video out there where your version of open body language is that you're spreading your legs just, you know, to get male attention. What do you think a guy would receive that as? Would they see you as a girl who they would take home to mom? Would they see you as a girl that wanted to be approached as a lady? Would they see you as a girl that wanted to be asked out on a date, or somebody that would want to get a you up text at 3 a.m.? You tell me.
I don't know what this is. I'm guessing this is a part of a bit or a prank or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. Instead of doing what y'all supposed to be doing, y'all go out there and do stupid stuff.
I'm going to lose some followers for this one. I might even get canceled. But it's all good because it's the truth anyway. I'm in the middle of this workout and I said I got to tell these folks this because we had a coaching call this morning. And I had to tell these brothers, listen, it's never the wrong decision to call off a wedding. As a matter of fact, I'll go so far as saying when you call off a wedding, it's almost always the right decision. Always. Either A, you wasn't ready. Either B, if you called it off because you was afraid, you wasn't ready. C, if you called off the wedding because you had some stuff going on and it came out, it's always the right decision. Because look, a wedding is one thing. A marriage is something completely different. Let me tell you something right now. A wedding is just it's the trailer. But then there's a movie you got to sit and watch through. You can skip them trailers, right? But the movie is what you need to be focusing on. And I'm trying to tell y'all right now, some of y'all, you engage, you walking around talking about this is my fiance, it's my fiance. And what y'all have done is y'all made the wrong move. Y'all have decided to get married, y'all have bought stuff, y'all have made reservations, people planning to show up, money has been spent, and you have done nothing to prepare for this marriage. You've done everything to prepare for the wedding, and you've done nothing to prepare for the marriage. I see this is a trend. And I know y'all, some of y'all mad at that because y'all want the gram to be happy about you getting married. Listen, the marriage is the concern. It ain't the wedding. Some of y'all right now, I'm just telling you, call it off. Get the help that you need. Step back. Look at this thing. Examine it. Analyze it. Pray over this thing. And then here's the other thing I want to say. Second point. Calling off a wedding is almost always the right decision. Calling off a marriage, now you need to slow down. You need to think about this. You need to count the cost. You need to get counsel. You need to get advice. All right, that's all I got today. But be wise. You hear me? Be wise.